Hello everyone. I welcome you all again in the journey of mathematics learning. In the previous class, we have gone through the basic concepts of quadratic equations. There we have checked how to find it out the roots and what are the nature of the roots. There, the nature of the roots actually is given by the discriminant, which was obtained by using the Sridhar Acharya formula, that is quadratic formula. So today, as a class where we are solving the problems, that is previous year questions, CBSE boards. So from quadratic equation, you can see here first question that comes under a kind of MCQ, or and you may get this type of problems there in the 2 marks questions also. That means section B. There you will find it out that the check whether this x minus 3 whole square is equals to x plus 5 whole square plus 3 is a quadratic equation. You are supposed to check it whether this is a quadratic equation or not. By looking into it, we can say that it is a quadratic equation because the degree is 2. But before to conclude that this is quadratic, let us simplify it whether this is actually a quadratic equation or not. So for solution, we'll write it on this one. X minus 3 whole square is equals to x plus 5 whole square plus 3. Which implies here we will be using a minus b whole square formula. So a square minus, very simple idea, 2ab, x into 3. 3x, double of 3x is 6x. That is there in place of 2ab. Plus 3, square of 3 is 9. That comes here as b square. So in the right hand side here, we will be using a plus b whole square. Same idea, x square plus x into 5. 5x, double of 5x is 10x. And square of 5 is 25 plus 3. Look at here, in both the sides, x square is there. It means that x square and x square can be removed. यहीँबाट तपाईहरुले यो x square र x square लाई हटाउनु पनि सक्नुहुन्छ किनभने यो x square लाई लेफ्ट ह्यान्ड साइडमा ल्याउँदैछ भने माइनस x square हुन्छ नि त. So we will remove here only. Now look at here, in this case, if we will take the variables to one of the sides, we can take that 10x here in the left hand side, and there 25 plus 3 is 28. Take this plus 9 to that side, it will be minus 9. Look at here, we don't need to solve further because here only we have to check whether this is a quadratic equation or not. Look at here, can we find it out any degree 2 term of a variable? No, it means that this is not quadratic. It means that after simplification, if degree 2 term, degree 2 of the variable exists, then we can say that is quadratic equation. यसको मतलब यो सिम्प्लिफाई गरिसकेपछि यदि डिग्री 2 भएको कुनै भेरिएबल देख्दैछन् त्यो क्वाड्रेटिक मा काउन्ट हुन्छ, क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेसन मा काउन्ट हुन्छ. यहाँनिर x को हाईएस्ट पावर नै 1 भएकोले गर्दाखेरि लिनियर भयो. दैट मीन्स फर दिस सल्युसन अफ दिस क्वेशन इज दिस इक्वेशन इज नॉट अ क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशन. So whenever you will get such type of problems, first simplify it, then only you have to give the conclusion. So solve for x. Solution. Before to start with the solution, look at here. The problem is 1 by x minus 2 plus 2 by x minus 1 is equals to 6 by x, where x are not equals to, the value of x cannot be equals to 0, 1, 2. X को value 0, 1, 2 हुनु हुँदैन. नहुनुको कारण, if it is 2, this part will be 0. If it is 1, this part will be 0. If x is equals to 0, this denominator will be 0. And we know that if denominator is 0, then either number will be undefined or indeterminate. So how to solve such type of problems? By looking into the problem, that we cannot say directly that this is from the quadratic equation. But let's start with the solution. Plus 2 divided by x minus 1 is equals to 6 divided by x. Now in the next step we will be taking the LCM. So LCM will be simple, the product of the denominator, which is equals to 6 divided by x. We can write here x minus 1 is multiplied with 1, so x minus 1 we will be writing here, plus this x minus 2 should be multiplied with this 2, x minus 2. So in the next line you can see here x minus 1 plus 2 into x, 2x, 2 2s are minus 4, plus into minus minus is there. So here if you'll see here x into x, x square, x into minus 1, minus x, minus 2 into x, minus 2x, minus into minus, plus 2 ones are 2, which is equals to 6 divided by x. So we have obtained this. Now in the next we will be writing here, look at here, x plus 2x will be 3x and minus 1 minus 4 will be minus 5, whole divided by x square is there, minus x minus 2x is minus 3x, and next is plus 2, which is equals to 6 divided by x. Now next step is we will go with the cross multiplication. Cross multiplication means the 6 will multiply with this and x will multiply with the on the numerator. So 6 times x square minus 3x plus 2, which is equals to x times 3x minus 5, which implies 6 into x square, 6x square, minus 6 3s are 18x, plus into plus, plus 6 2s are 12, which is equals to x into 3x, 3x square, and x into minus 5 is minus 5x. Now we will take all the terms that we have in the right hand side to the left hand side. It will be 6x square minus 3x square. Next minus 18x is there. We will take this minus 5x to the left hand side. It will be plus 5x, and plus 12 is already there. We will be writing there only, which is equals to 0. That means 3x. It becomes here minus 3x square, and here 5x we have taken to the right hand side by making this sign as plus. 6x square minus 3x square is 3x square, minus 18x plus 5x, minus 18 plus 5, opposite sign, we have to subtract. 18 minus 5 is 13, x plus 12, which is equals to 0. Now once we have this problem, it doesn't seem that this is from a quadratic equation, but after simplification we found that 3x square minus 13x plus 12 is equals to 0. Here degree of this equation is 2, hence it is a quadratic equation. Now to find the value of x, so 3x square minus 13x plus 12 is equals to 0. This is a quadratic equation. Now we will use either Sridhar Acharya or quadratic formula to obtain the value of x, or we will go with the factorization method. So any method can be used here. We will use here as middle term splitting. For that, what we need to do, here the equation is 3x square minus 13x plus 12, which is equals to 0. Now the constant that we have in the first term is, and at the last is 12. So from this product we need to find it out two numbers whose sum or difference should be 13. So the possible pair of numbers are 12 into 3, but sum of 12 and 3 will not give us 13. Next, here we can say that 12 can be written as 6 into 2, 6 multiplied by 2. So 6 3s are 18 into 2 is also one of the possibility. Or next, 6 6 are 36, that is also one of the possibility. You can go with the 6, 2 3s are 6, so we have 2 3 2 3. So from here we will make the pair of factors whose sum is 13. Which one is possible here? To find it out, I will give you one trick. 13 is odd number. In the first class, I have explained you that to get the odd number, either one of the number is even and another is odd. One of the number is even and another is odd. So for that, here even number will be made using 2 and 2. So 2 2s are 4, and the remaining numbers 3 3s are 9. So clearly I have taken one of the number as even and another number as odd. 9 and 4 Here 9 plus 4 gives us 13. This is also even and odd, but their sum is not giving us 13. That's why here the possible pair to give the sum 13 is 9 and 4, and the product is product of the coefficient of the first number and the last number. This is one of the idea that can be used in the middle term splitting to get the two factors. So here the factor is 9 and 4. So 3x square minus 9 plus 4 into x plus 12, which is equals to 0, which implies 3x square minus 9 into x, 9x minus into plus minus 4x plus 12, which is equals to 0. This implies take 3x as common, we will be getting x minus 3. From here, whatever number you are going to get here, same will be here. That should be here. भनेको मतलब चाहिँ यहाँ जुन चाहिँ भ्यालु तपाईले पाउनु भएको हुन्छ ब्र्याकेटमा त्यही यहाँ आउनुपर्छ. यदि तपाईको माथि क्याल्कुलेसन एकदम करेक्ट छ भने you will be getting the same. Now to get this, look at here, the coefficient of x here is 1, the coefficient of x here is 4. So that 4 should be taken out. So indirectly this is matched here. 4 into x, 4x, 4 into minus 3, minus into minus plus, 4 3s are 12. So out of these two terms, x minus 3 is one of the factor and another is 3x minus 4, which is equals to 0. If the product of two numbers are 0, then either x minus 3 is equals to 0 or 3x minus 4 is equals to 0. From here the value of x is equals to 3, and from here we can say that 3x is equals to 4. Therefore the value of x is equals to 4 divided by 3. So these are the values of x. The required values of x are required values of x are x is equals to 3 and 4 divided by 3. This is the solution for this problem. Clear? Okay, next. Find the value or values of k for which the quadratic equation x square minus kx plus 8 is equals to 0 has real and equal roots. Now here comes the importance of discriminant. Once a quadratic equation has real and equal roots, then we know that the discriminant is 0. And the discriminant is b square minus 4ac. And what are that b, abc? ABC are the constant that we can obtain from the given quadratic equation by comparing with the standard form of quadratic equation. First we will comparing this equation x square minus kx plus 8 is equals to 0 with ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. Let me explain this problem once again. For what value of this k, this quadratic equation has real and equal roots. That means we are supposed to find it out the value of k, which makes this quadratic equation containing the real and equal roots. So just compare these two equations. The value of a is 1, value of b is minus k, and value of c is 8. Since given equation has real and equal roots, therefore d is equals to 0. That d is discriminant, which implies b square minus 4ac is equals to 0. Now we'll be doing in the next page. B square minus 4ac is equals to 0. We will put the respective values of ABC. Look at here. The value of A is 1, B is minus k, C is 8. Minus k whole square minus 4 into 1 into what is there in place of C? The value of C is 8. into 8. But remember, always use this, the value, by using the value of ABC here in the expression or equation, always use the bracket, because sometimes you will be getting the negative signed values. In that case, two binary operations can be written together at a time. Just like this, 3 plus minus 2. What does it mean? It does not have any significant meaning. That's why if you want to use two binary operations together, use the bracket like this. Just I wanted to explain this thing. Now here minus k whole square is k square minus 4 8s are 32, which is equals to 0. So here we are supposed to get the value of k. So k square minus 32 equals to 0. Once again we are getting the quadratic equation. So this is equals to k square is equals to 32, which implies the value of k is equals to plus minus square root of 32. So here we are obtaining the value of k in two sign. One is plus, another is minus, because you can see that this is also a quadratic equation. So quadratic equation always contains two roots. So here the value, this 32 contains positive sign. So square root of positive is real number. And we already have discussed about it. If square root of negative number exists, then that type of numbers we used to say the imaginary number belongs to the set of the complex number, which is not there in our syllabus in class 10. So here 32, to find it out the square root of 32, since 32 is not a perfect square, we will go with the prime factorization to 16, to 8, to 4, to 2. So this is equals to plus minus square root of, we can write 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2. From here we have to make the pair. So these two has a pair, so we'll take outside. For this two, one of the two is outside. This 2 does not have any pair, so it will remain inside the square root. So this is equals to plus minus 2 2s are 4 square root 2. So the required values of k are this, plus minus 4 root 2. I want to explain one thing here, why we are taking one number outside instead of 2. That is because square root means, that means if you have square root of anything, that means power half. And we know that if same base numbers are multiplied with the power different or same, the power will be added. Product of any two numbers with the same base, then the power will be added. Laws of indices. So here x to the power half plus half is 1, which is equals to x. That's why this 2 has a power half, this 2 also has a power half. Half plus half, power half plus half is 1. That's why 2 to the power 1 2 is outside from the square root. So solution for this problem is, here we will be getting this quadratic equation has real and equal roots. Hope it is clear to you all. Such type of problems most of the years, every year, we can say that in every year we can see there in the board examination CBSE. So practice these type of problems this time also in 2026. So next question, similar to this previous one, find the value or values of k for which the quadratic equation this has real and equal roots. Here you can see that find the value or values of k for which the quadratic equation this has real and equal roots. So solution is this. For real and equal roots, discriminant will be 0. Compare this equation first. 4x square minus 2 times k plus 1 x plus k plus 1 is equals to 0 with ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. We will be getting the value of a is 4, value of b is minus 2 times k plus 1, and value of c is k plus 1. So this equation has real and equal roots, so discriminant should be 0. So it implies b square minus 4ac is equals to 0. Now, before to put this value, one thing I wanted to tell you is that every time you cannot find it out the question in this form also. So the form may be different, just like this here. 4x square minus 2kx minus 2x plus k plus 1 is equals to 0. यस्तो खालको नि तपाईहरु प्रब्लम देख्न सक्नुहुन्छ त्यति बेला चाहिँ तपाईहरुले यो क्वाड्रेटिक होइन रहेछ भन्ने चाहिँ सम्झिनु भएन स्ट्यान्डर्ड फर्ममा छैन होला भन्ने चाहिँ सम्झिनु भएन अलवेज यु हैव टु रिमेम्बर दैट highest degree term x square for that you need one of the term and having x as one of the variable another term will be formed and without any variable that is constant definitely will be there in the questions or you may get like this also 4x square minus 2kx plus 1 minus 2x plus k is equals to 0 same problem but in a different pattern also may be there in the board examination. So for that always you have to write in this form for x square minus 2 times k plus 1 x plus k plus 1 here x square highest degree term degree 2 term is also there degree 1 term is also there and constant with degree 0 that means anything raised to the power 0 is 1 so here the variable the power of the variable x whose power is 0 so this is purely constant term will be there compare it with the standard or general form of the quadratic equation and use there in the discriminant. Now look at here what is there in place of b is minus 2k plus 1 its whole square minus 4 times what is there in place of a is 4 and what is there in place of c is k plus 1 which is equals to 0. So minus the square of negative is positive 2 square is 4 times k plus 1 whole square minus 4 4s are 16 times k plus 1 is equals to 0. Now look at here in this line we can see that 4 is also common between these two terms and k plus 1 is also common. So we will do the same. We will find out this common. 4 times k plus 1 whole square minus 16 k plus 1 is equals to 0. I am rewriting the equation. Look at here. 4k plus 1 whole square minus 16k plus 1 is equals to 0. 4k plus 1 whole square minus 16k plus 1 is equals to 0. We will take that 4 times k plus 1 as common. So from here k plus 1 is there. From here 4 is already outside. If 4 divides 16 we have only 4 k plus 1 is already outside which is equals to 0. Before to proceed with this method I just want to explain you one thing that suppose you have x plus y and you are supposed to find it out the common. What is the meaning of common actually? I am explaining this here. You can see here in between x and y there is no common. If you want to take the common 1 can be taken as the common as a universal common. But if you want to take anything of your desire as a common but other than 0. So if you want to take from these two a as a common you can see that there is no a in between with these two terms but still I am taking a as a common. Whatever number that you are writing outside means you are multiplying the whole number with that number. So reciprocal of multiplication is division. That's why this x should be divided with a and that y should be divided by a. Now if you take 1 by a as common here a and 1 by a will be removed so you can get the same value. So every time whenever you will go with this whenever you will try to find it out the common it means that whatever number that you are writing outside that is actually what is that? That is a number which is dividing the number that is there inside the bracket. So here you can see that 4 multiplied by k plus 1 and here if you simplify it k plus 1 minus 4 is equals to 0 which implies 4 times k plus 1 here k plus 1 minus 4 is minus 3 is equals to 0. 4 into k plus 1 into k minus 3 is equals to 0 means out of these 3 either one of them should be 0 to get the product 0. So for sure that 4 cannot be equals to 0. That's why we will be writing that either k plus 1 is equals to 0 or k minus 3 is equals to 0 because we will be writing here as 4 is not equals to 0. So here the value of k from this equation we will be getting -1. From here the value of k we are getting 3. Most of you feel that the value of k are different, isn't it? But in the problem it is said that real and equal roots. Don't be confused with it. The value of k may be different. Only the thing is that if you use the value of k as -1 in this case, this equation will give us real and equal roots. Or if you use k is equals to 3, that means in place of k 3, again this quadratic equation will produce 2 real and equal roots. That is the meaning. It is not necessary that the value of k that we are getting at the end are equal. Every time you are not going to get the two values also. Sometimes you will be getting only one value of k. For this problem we have two values of k. So the required values of here, we will be writing here that required values of k are -1 and 3. I am repeating again, don't be confused that you are not supposed to find it out. You are not be confused with that these two values should be equal, because these are not necessary to be equal. Only thing is that using these number in place of k, the given quadratic equation will give us real and equal roots. So this is also one of the problem that we have seen in the board examination in previous year, and it has carried 5 marks. Next question is that find the value or values of k for which the quadratic equation kx square minus 2x minus 6 is equals to 0 has real roots. Now here in this problem, this quadratic equation has real roots. In the previous questions we have seen that the real and equal roots. Under what condition we will be getting that the real roots? Condition number 1, if d is equals to 0, real roots. But in case of this, equal also will be added. Second part is either d is positive. In case of d is 0, the roots are real. In case of d positive, d means discriminant positive, there also we will be getting the roots are real. So here we will be using that discriminant is greater than or equal to 0. So you know that discriminant is again b square minus 4ac. This value should be greater or equals to 0. For that, first we should obtain the value of abc. So for that we will be comparing this kx square minus 2x minus 6 with ax square plus bx plus c. So the value of a is k, the value of b is -2 and value of c is -6. We will be using here the value of b is -2 whole square minus 4 times value of a is k and another value of c is -6 is greater or equals to 0. Square of -2 is 4, minus into minus plus, 4 6 are 24k, which is greater or equals to 0. Now take this 4 to the another side, 24k is greater equals to -4. Now 24 as a positive number can divide this 4 here. It implies k is greater equals to -4 divided by 24. It means that dividing both sides by positive 24. So the value of k is greater equals to -4 ones are 4, 4 6 are 24. So for this, to get the real roots, the value of k should be greater than or equal to -1 by 6. So solution is this one. What if the value of k is less than -1 by 6? Then this quadratic equation will not have any real root. So for this type of this inequality sign, I am explaining a basic concept for this. Remember this one, because every time you will not get the problems with this the value towards the k as positive. Suppose let you have minus k is greater than equal to 2. So whenever you are taking this minus to the another side with this inequality sign, what you have to see? You have to change this one. Now how to change? Why this should be changed? Look at here. 3 is greater than 2. Multiply both sides with minus. Minus 3 and minus 2 will be getting. Is it still minus 3 is greater than 2? No, minus 3 is smaller than minus 2. That means if you multiply both the side with minus, this inequalities will be reversed. So if you multiply both the sides of this with minus, it will be k is less than or equal to minus 2. And another thing, sometimes you may get this one also, you know that here also 3 is greater than 2. We will use the same example. 3 is greater than 2. Is 1 by 3 still greater than 1 by 2? No, reciprocal. If you go with the reciprocal, again the inequalities will be reversed. These are the basic things that should be understood, that should be clear to you while solving such type of problems having inequalities. So this is also one of the problem that we have seen in the previous year. Now next, find the value or values of k for which the quadratic equation has real roots. Again, we will solving it. Solution. For this, you know that discriminant should be again greater or equals to 0. Same, compare kx square plus 5x plus 8 is equals to 0 with ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. Here in place of a is k, in place of b is 5, in place of c is 8. So here the discriminant is b square minus 4ac, which is greater or equals to 0. In place of b, 5 square minus 4 into in place of a is k, in place of c is 8, which is greater or equals to 0, which implies 5 5s are 25 minus 8 4s are 32. K is greater or equals to 0. Now whatever we have talked about just before is here, minus 32k, which is greater or equals to minus 25. So here you can see in the both the sides there is minus. To remove the minus, you have to multiply both the side with the minus. So once you multiply both the side with the minus, this inequality will be reversed. So it will be 32k is less than or equal to 25. So from here, can you guess what is the value of k? Therefore the value of k must be, this is positive, that's why under division this inequality will not be changed. So k will be less than or equal to 25 divided by 32. It means that for this the value of k should be less than or equal to 25 by 32 to get the real roots. If the values are more than 25 by 32, so we will not be getting the real roots. So related to the board examination, CBSE board examinations, these problems are very much important. Practice these type of problems. So here what we have seen, all the problems related to the discriminant, and we already have talked about is that discriminant has ruled the nature of the roots in a quadratic equation. So keep watching, keep doing good, and remember one thing, that more you practice, more you learn. Keep learning. We will be back in the next class with the word problems from the quadratic equation. That is also one of the most probable section in board examination, where we will be getting the questions, word problems from the quadratic equation. Stay tuned, keep learning, keep watching. More you practice, more you learn. Thank you.